I'm going to start with a really hard question, so I apologize from the very beginning. How many of you know what the word transfigured means? Changed. Oh, right there. A+. So, in today's gospel lesson, we hear a story about how Jesus was changed. And who remembers how he was changed?
He turned white.
He turned white. All right. His face shone like the sun. His clothes were dazzling white. It was kind of hard to look at him. And who remembers what happened next?
God spoke to them.
God spoke to them. That was almost next. First, Peter opened his mouth. And if you know anything about Peter, he's known for opening his mouth when maybe he shouldn't. So Peter is there and thinking, oh man, this is wonderful. This is great. Let me build 3 dwelling places so we can all stay up here and just be here forever, and it's going to be wonderful all the time. How many of you think that's what Jesus wants? No hands. Good. That's what's known as a mountaintop experience. They have this experience where things are great, and they're wonderful, and they're exciting. And when they have that moment, and sometimes when we have those moments, we want to just stay there. But I think Jesus wants us to do something a bit more. I think Jesus wants us to have those mountaintop experiences, but then he wants us to come down from the mountain and live the life he's called us to live. So, how do you think we can do this? Anyone? You look like you're thinking. You look like you have an answer. No? All right. Are there any people you can think of that we could use as an example?
Missionaries.
Missionaries? Yeah, we could certainly look to missionaries as an example. Anyone else?
You.
Me? I was hoping someone would say that. You could look to me. I'm a great example of what you should do with your lives. What about the saints? Do you all know about the saints? So, what if we use the saints as an example of what we could do with our lives? Of what we could do if we allow ourselves to come down from that mountaintop? And what if there was a fun way to learn about saints? Do you think it's possible to have a fun way to learn about saints? I have one person who's on board. Anyone else on board? 2, 3, 4. Oh, people are slowly. All right, I like the enthusiasm. It's growing. So, play a game. We're going to play a game. It's going to be a long game, but it's going to be a game. How many of you are familiar with March Madness? See a lot of hands. So, who can explain to me very briefly what March Madness is?
It's a tournament for basketball for the NCAA of 3 divisions, and it's in March, and you guess what team you think is going to win, who's going to win in the brackets, and you play with a family.
All right. So, is it something fun to do a March Madness bracket? You get some enjoyment out of it? You scream? Ice cream. You get ice cream out of it. Awesome. I didn't know ice cream was part of the deal. I need to get in on this. Where's ice cream come from? Grater's ice cream? Definitely in on it. Or cows. Yes. Ice cream would come from cows, provided it's not dairy-free ice cream. So, what if there was a March Madness style tournament, but instead of college basketball teams, there were 32 saints? Would that be a crazy idea?
Yes.
It would be would it be a fun idea? No. You better be just kidding. You ruined my entire sermon.
Lent Madness.
What if there was Lent Madness?
So cool.
Lent Madness is an NCAA tournament-style bracket pitting 32 saints against each other in a holy smackdown to see who will win the golden halo. So we have the round of 32 as the first round. After that, half of them are eliminated. We move to the saintly 16. Then next is the elite 8, the faithful 4, and then finally the match to see who wins the golden halo. They have such great saints as Basil the Great, Christina the Astonishing. We have Alfred the Great. A lot of great people here. There is a Simeon on here. You keep saying that. John and Charles Wesley are on here. You may have no idea who they are. They were kind of a big deal, though. But they're on there. Joseph of Arimathea, Harriet Beecher Stowe, John of the Cross, Johann Sebastian Bach, especially for you in the choir. He's kind of a big deal. You might like him a bit. But what you can do with this is every weekday for the season of Lent, you can go to a website, lentmadness.org, and you all can do this too. This isn't just for them. You all can participate, and it's a lot of fun. And you can read about the saints. And so starting this Thursday, Basil the Great and Christina the Astonishing will be going against each other, and you can read about them and learn about them. And then you get to vote and pick which one you think should win. I hear a lot of campaigning for Basil the Great. I heard some earlier that felt that astonishing was better than great. But I'm hearing now that great is great. All right. So I think we're pretty clear now that we think Basil the Great is going to win the first round.
Yeah.
Oh, but we have a supporter for Christina. All right. The madness has begun already. What you can do, we have smaller versions of these printed off that you can fill out and you can follow and see if you have picked the right teams. I did not do so well last year. After the round of 32, I only had one person who I picked to be in the faithful 4 who was still in it. It was an upset year, a lot of Cinderella stories. But you can learn about all these saints and maybe, just maybe get an idea of what God might be calling you to do with your life as well. Who won last year? That is a good question. I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't remember off the top of my head. It was not Basil. No one who's in it this year was in it last year. Completely different set of saints this year. So every year you're getting to learn about 32 new saints. So how many of you are excited about this? See a couple hands. See a couple more hands. How many of you are excited about this? This is going to be a fun Lent. I'm I'm telling you, Lent is normally this gloomy, dark season, but we're going to have fun this Lent. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a little crazy. We're going to fill out our brackets. This will be in the parish hall throughout the season of Lent and updated with who's won each match, so you can keep track each time you come into church. If you would like to participate in this, go ahead and fill out a bracket. If you want to participate in the St. Mark's pool for this, $5 will get you in, and you get to choose where the proceeds will go if your bracket wins. Which St. Mark's fund gets the money. We have some people campaigning for the Canterbury Choir and the organ. Maybe that's what you want to choose. I'm not saying what you can and can't pick. They're campaigning for that. There are 10 choices that you'll be able to pick. And you can participate that way. And again, learn about the saints and find out about these holy women and holy men who have inspired people again and again and again. Now here's the tricky part. Did you know that one day you might be remembered as a saint in the church? Has that ever occurred to you before? No? One of these days, when we're doing Lent Madness, 100 years from now, your name might be on this list. So you too might win the Golden Halo. How is that exciting to win the Golden Halo? So, I have a challenge for you all. Okay? Challenge. You've already accepted the challenge. You don't even know what it is. Already accepting the challenge. That is dangerous. I will let you know right now. All right, Mr. Danger. So, when God spoke through the cloud to the disciples on top of the mountain, he asked them to listen to Jesus. I'm going to ask you to do the same. And I'm going to ask that you do it in such a way that the light of Christ will shine so brightly from you that it will be hard for people to look at you directly. Are you up for this challenge? This makes it a bit easier. You're not so bright to look at right now, but you're shining already. But keep it up. Keep doing the things that you think God's calling you to do in your life. Keep trying to be a saint. So one day we can look and say, oh, I know who's going to win the Golden Halo this year. It's going to be one of you. One of you is going to win the Golden Halo. Can you all promise me that? That you're going to go for the Golden Halo in your life? I'm not feeling it right now. I think that if you were in this, you would be a bit louder. Are you with this?
Yes!
Yes?
Yes!
All right.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'll take it. I'll take it. So, proud of you all so far. And I'm hoping that this will be the start of a great journey for you. And to help you along the way, I have something for you. Not sunglasses. These are my sunglasses. I need this. I will not be able to be outside in the sunlight without those sunglasses. I do have something else for you, though. It might be edible. It's not poisonous. Starburst. You can't have Starburst? Can you give it to a friend? Well, come up and grab a handful of Starburst. A small handful. Not like a giant handful.
I don't know how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's good. And you can go back to your seats and enjoy your Starburst. Maybe for the choir members, don't enjoy them yet. You might want to not have a mouthful for singing later. I'm looking forward to seeing some saints coming up. I'm looking forward to seeing some saints out here as well. Amen.
Starting this Thursday, Lent Madness featuring Basil the Great and Christina the Astonishing.